Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ksenia and I make videos for people who, like myself, are going through the family-based immigration process. I'm not an immigration attorney. My videos are based on publicly available information, my own experience, and the experience of my subscribers. And the purpose of my channel is to give you guys the confidence to go through this process completely on your own. In today's video, we're going to talk about different payment options available to you when you are submitting your green card application to USCIS. There is a variety of payment options that USCIS accepts for your applications. The great news is that all lockbox facilities where you submit your originally filed applications accept all forms of payment methods. Now let's quickly talk about the payment method for when you are submitting your I-130 petition online. It is a great opportunity for petitioners who are located overseas to submit a petition for their alien relative instead of having to mail it from some outside country to the US. It is a far more streamlined process. And you can pay with a credit or a debit card, but it must be from a US account. So you unfortunately cannot pay for I-130 online using a foreign card, a foreign bank account. Some of the options that you have in this regard is you can first either contact your nearest US embassy or consulate in your country where you're currently living and ask them how you may process the payment for the I-130. And then the other option you have is what I have seen some people do is have a trusted family member or a friend who can give you their card details, which you can use to pay for the online I-130 application, and then you can PayPal them the money for the application. But again, that is something that you should only do in situations where you really trust someone. Now let's talk about those of you who are filing applications by mail. The first form of payment that you may choose to use is again a credit or a debit card. Even if you're sending your applications by mail, you can still use a credit or a debit card to pay for those applications. In order to do that, you will simply have to fill out the form G1450. It is a one-page form which will simply list out your card details. There is a line which asks you to authorize the payment by physically signing this form, so please don't forget to do that. When you're paying with the form G1450, you cannot combine the application fees. You must fill out a separate G1450 form for each application and indicate the appropriate filing fee for that. Now, the fees are subject to change. It has been recently announced that USCIS will be raising the fees, and if you would like to double check the correct fee for your application, you should always utilize the USCIS fee calculator, which I will also link under my video. One of the biggest cons to using this kind of form of payment is frequent rejections of this payment method, which results in your file getting rejected and sent back to you. Very frequently, this happens when your bank account flags a transaction as fraud because of how much money you're actually paying, right? These are pretty expensive applications. USCIS makes it very clear that they're not going to attempt to swipe the payment again. That they will simply send it back to you asking to resubmit using a different payment method. And if unfortunately your file was rejected and sent back to you, I do have a couple of videos explaining what to do in that situation, so definitely check those out. Let's talk about the next payment method, which is commonly used, and that is using a money order. So a money order is a guaranteed form of payment because at the time of you purchasing the money order, the money is automatically withdrawn from your bank account or from your card. One of the most common places to get a money order is Walmart, CVS, or USPS, the United States Postal Service. One of the drawbacks of getting a money order is that there is a limit of $1,000 per money order. In a lot of cases, people panic because, for example, the application for adjustment of status costs over $1,000. In that case, don't worry. All you can do is you can obtain two separate money orders for one application. So for example, $1,000 and then the remaining amount, $225, for example, and you can attach both of those with your application. Again, please make sure that you are not combining those fees together and then splitting the money orders down the middle. You definitely should be submitting separate money orders for separate applications. And then the other confusion that frequently comes with this payment method is how to exactly fill out the money order. So I will post on the screen a sample of how to fill out your money order. In the line that says pay to the order of, you will write U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Do not shorten this name. Do not abbreviate this name. Shouldn't be writing USCIS. You shouldn't be writing USDHS. And then anywhere at the bottom of the money order, you can write a note indicating what exactly the money order is for. Some money orders will give you that option, others will not. But you can simply write at the bottom of the money order what form this is for. Keep in mind that if you lose your money order at any point, then you won't be able to retrieve that money. So please take great care in making sure that the money order is safe and secure when you're mailing your file. Now, the next payment option that you have is using a personal check. A personal check is also a very frequently used option to pay for the applications. You should, however, be mindful of how much money you have in your bank account, because you're not withdrawing the money at the time of writing the check. The money will be withdrawn from your account at the time USCIS actually cashes the check. And so you want to make sure that for at least a couple of weeks or until USCIS runs the check, that you have that money available in your bank account. One of the drawbacks of using a personal check is that in some cases, USCIS takes a while to actually cash this type of payment method. It can potentially delay the time it takes for you to receive the receipt notice for your applications that they have actually been accepted. So with this type of payment method, it's just very important to be patient. USCIS also posted a very good example on their site indicating how exactly you must address and fill out your check. Pay attention to the way they are addressing the check to U.S. Department of Homeland Security with no abbreviations. And then also, obviously, don't forget to sign the check. Don't forget to make sure that the amounts on the check are correct, and also make a note of what exactly this check is for. And final payment option that a lot of people choose to use is a cashier's check, and that option is available for those of you who do not actually own personal checks, because to own personal checks, you must first purchase them from your bank. So a cashier's check is very similar to a personal check, and you can obtain it by going directly to your bank. Again, make sure that the cashier's check is addressed exactly the same way as they request it. And then I guess the only drawback for the cashier's check payment is that in a lot of cases, you will have to pay an additional fee. In some banks, it is $10. In some banks, it can be upwards of $30. So these are the payment methods that USCIS suggests that you use when it comes to paying for your applications. You're obviously not allowed to send cash. All of these payment methods have pros and cons. It is all about what you prefer. I hope that you found this video useful. Let me know if you have any additional questions. Like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you guys in my next videos. Bye!